Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maynard. You're 15 years old. Happy birthday to Maynard. Yes, it is Friday, August 30th, 2024. And unbelievably, I have a dog that's made it to 15. Very rare in this world that a dog will get up to 15. I mean, a true 15 years of age. So, very proud of him. It's like me if I make it to 100 years old. Yeah, is it possible? Of course. Do most people not make it to 100? That's right. Most people don't make it to 100. Most dogs don't make it to 15. Usually they check out around 9 or 10 years of age. And we got the whole clan here. We got Bridget, Luna, Colleen, Colette. Of course, there's Honey, and there's Celine. Everybody's here for the party. And we have some whipped cream. And then Maynard's low-key lately, you know, he's just kind of very chill and low-key. So I'm going to take him and myself on a walk and talk and kind of give you some updates on what's going on with Maynard. So that's it. So let's go ahead and divvy out some of the whipped cream, which is kind of their celebration for Maynard's birthday. That's Maynard. You are still on the planet, Maynard. You know how lucky of a dog you are. You are a lucky dog, Maynard. Man, I'm sure there's so many people around there that wish their dog would have made it to 15 or even 14 or even 13. So Maynard made it to 15. And it's going to be a pretty good challenge to get him to his 16th birthday. It might happen, but we'll talk about that in the walk and talk that I'm going to do. So let's see if I can put this down. I don't want Bridget. Come here, Bridget. The first one goes to Maynard, but watch out, Bridget. This goes to Maynard. Only Maynard. Only Maynard. And then how about Colleen over here? Ooh. How about Celine? Okay. Bridget. Where's Honey at? How about Honey? There's Honey. And Colette? No particular order. We aren't going in the order of favorites or anything. It's just kind of random. Now we got all the dogs here. Look at that. All 7 dogs. All 7 dogs on Maynard's birthday. Okay, we're going to catch up with them. Well, I'll catch up with Maynard on a walk and talk that I'm about ready to do with him. What do you think, guys? I'm not talking to dogs, I'm talking to you guys watching this. What do you think? Are they enjoying their party celebrations here? Seems like they are. Maynard's taking his time. Let's get a close-up of Maynard, because he's the birthday boy. He's the birthday boy. No growling. Good boy, Maynard. You still got it. You still got it, Maynard. Good boy. Good boy, Maynard. Since Maynard's the birthday boy, he gets to go for a birthday walk later with everybody. Okay. Maybe they got to go out and get some fresh air real quick. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to cut it off here pretty soon because I got to go on a walk and talk with Maynard. Anybody want to go out and do their business? Go out and do their business, guys. We've had a very unusual summer. For those who don't live in Texas, you may not know that this has been an awesomely cool and amazing summer. Uh-oh, we have a disagreement over whose whipped cream is whose. But we were enjoying a cool day in the, I would say it's probably low 90s or maybe upper 80s, maybe 91, 90, 92. This isn't typical, folks. Usually on Maynard's birthday, it's still very unbearable, oppressive. 104 degrees heat, 106 degrees. So this whole summer, except for a stretch of about 3 weeks, where the temps were consistently getting up to 104, 103, 106, that was oppressive, and that reminded me, of course, of the typical summer. But I just can't believe my lucky stars that this summer, and every Texan is lucky, we got away with a very relatively mild summer for Texas standards. Just basically a low 90s. I mean, in the mid 90s, it's just unbelievable. It's like 10 to 15 degrees below normal. And right now, I just can't believe how comfortable it is outside with a little bit of a breeze. It's truly a blessing. It's kind of an anomaly. I don't expect it to happen next summer, but it's just kind of nice to have this respite of one summer where you're just not, grinded and out every time you go outside. It's 106 degrees, 90% humidity. And for those who live in Arizona, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's 106 degrees with 90% humidity, and it's pretty tough. It's much worse than 115 degrees with 3% humidity. It's a whole different ball game. You have to come out here and experience it for yourself. Okay, so this is Maynard's birthday. There's Maynard. Still looking good, Maynard. Looking good, Maynard. 15 years old. Good job, Maynard. You and I, buddy, we're gonna go on a little solo, you and I, one-on-one walk and talk here, just for maybe just a quickie, like a 20-minute walk, somewhere in a nice scenic area. So we're gonna do that, and I'll attach it to this video, so it'll be like it only took 1 second to do. Okay, Maynard. Okay, Maynard. Okay, we're taking Maynard for a little walk and talk. And we're going to get him in the shade. He wanted to come out here in the sun for some reason. And this is the continuation of his birthday, Friday, August 30th, 2024. Boy, Maynard's been around for a long time. I got him on April 30th, 2010 at the Contra Costa Animal Control in Martinez, California. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically the East Bay. They call it the East Bay of San Francisco. And Maynard's even lived in San Francisco, downtown. So, that would be a nice shot there with the yellow flowers. There, look at that. That's nice. Isn't that nice? Maynard. Maynard. Wow, that's a nice shot. I don't know if the sun is kind of blocking it, but I like that yellow bush. There we go. You kind of see it. Okay, we'll get you in the shade, Maynard. He's 15 today.
Oh, wow.
He's an old man.
Yes.
But maybe he can make it one more year.
We have a little dog that may be about that age. We're not actually sure how old he is because we don't know how old he was when we got him. But he's like a Chihuahua mix.
Yeah, he's Chihuahua Jack Russell.
Oh, hello. He's hot.
I'm just doing a walk and talk. He already had his birthday party with our other dogs, but I want to take him out by himself to do a little walk and talk for the people that follow me on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I got all his birthdays on YouTube from about 2 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I got him when I lived in California on April 30th, 2010. Okay. So he's been around the block.
What's his name?
Maynard. Like Maynard Ferguson, the trumpet player.
Oh, I was thinking of Maynard G. Krebs, which is way old.
Could be, yeah. Or Maynard Keynes, the economist, yeah.
Maynard G. Krebs was in a really old show called Toby Gillis.
Oh, yeah. That's not the one with with Gilligan, is it?
Yes, Maynard G. Krebs was Gilligan.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I've seen some of those clips.
Well, cool. Happy birthday, Maynard.
He's 15. All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay, let's get you in the shade, Maynard. Let's get you in the shade, Maynard. Maynard still has a little bit of a spring in his step sometimes, not all the time these days. I would say from age 13 and before, he always had a spring in his step. But you can see he's got a little spring happening there. It's just not often these days. I want to try to walk to get him in some shade here. Come on, Maynard. We kind of got a stretch of sun, and I don't like to do that, even though it is cooler, but it's still about 92 degrees here. There we go. There's Maynard. Get a close-up of Maynard. When he stops moving. There we go. Maynard, look this way, Maynard. There we go, Maynard. Okay, so we're doing a walk and talk, and I want to give an update on Maynard's health. If you watched his 14th birthday, the issue that he had was he was rated at a 5 when they did his heart test, arrhythmia, and murmur. So somewhere around 13 to 14, he developed this heart murmur arrhythmia deal. And on a scale of 1 to 6, with 6 being the worst, he was a 5. So now the good news, last week he had his 6-month exam, and they did everything. They gave him all his vaccinations, took blood work, you name it, the whole 9 yards. And they gave me the good and the bad news. The good news is his heart still is at a 5. And she said it sounded great when she listened to it. And the reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, is since last year when I really found out that was kind of dire, I started taking Maynard for a walk 3 times a week. So the least was twice a week, the most was about 4 times a week, but it averages out to 3 times a week. I got him out for a walk, and I believe he has improved his joint mobility and his heart and lungs this last year. So that's the good part. So I think he's trimmed up a little bit. It looks pretty good for a guy that's 15. Now the bad news is last week he was diagnosed with kidney failure, and I don't know much about kidney disease or failure. Never had it. Don't know anybody really that's involved with that, human or canine. But the vet said that when they're diagnosed with kidney failure, there's nothing that really can be done except to change your diet. So in other words, there's no medication, there's no surgery, there's no nothing. So that was kind of depressing. Anyway, so what I've done some more of my own research on kidney failure. In humans, what you're going to do, you're just going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and get the kidney transfusion, right? And then you're going to wait around maybe for a donor for a kidney. But I guess animals, it doesn't work like that. So we've switched him off his typical dry kibble dog food, which was high protein, and we switched him to, actually didn't switch, we switched him, but I'm making him homemade dog food now, believe it or not. I studied a lot of videos, and it's homemade, low protein, low phosphorus dog food, and adding extra liquid to it. So you might say, well, Kurt, what in the heck is homemade dog food? It's dog food that has sweet potatoes in it, real fresh sweet potatoes that you cook, carrots, a little bit of ground up spinach, throw in a couple of blueberries, and then you could put in rice or process. You chop up some bread to make bread crumbs, throw in there a little bit of unflavored, no sugar yogurt, and some egg whites, and then you add protein up to maybe 20%, but no more than 30%, especially if it's not processed. So I cooked him some 97% lean ground beef, a little bit of chicken, and a little bit of liver. Mixed all that in a huge wok, cooked it, of course, and then separated into 10 dishes, Tupperware dishes that keep in the fridge, and each dish has about 2 servings for him. So this has all just happened recently. In fact, that happened yesterday. And then what I do is when I take out 1 serving, which is a half of that Tupperware container, I add some water to it and put it in the micro, stir it up a little bit, and then make sure that it's kind of liquidy, and he eats it. So that's the only change, I guess, that I've heard of that can help extend his quality of life. So the good news is his heart's good, lungs good. You can see he's moving along. His joints are decent. I think he has some aches and pains in his joints because he sometimes doesn't want to go up or down a step, and I help him out with that. But the vet said realistically he has a good chance of making it to 16, making it one more year. But she said don't cross your fingers and be prepared, because she said they do start to go once they get this age. And she says most dogs never get this age, but once they get near the end, things start to go fast. They start to unravel fast. So I'm prepared for that. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna be okay with it, but see, look at that. He's got a little pep in his step. See that? So there's a chance he might be able to make it to be 16. Maynard's had such a good life. I've said this in many birthday videos. He's had a better life than a lot of humans on the planet, especially humans in third world countries. He certainly has had a better life than most animals. And what I would not want to see is in his last days or months him having a horrible life. And so that might mean that we have to humanely and graciously and hesitantly, but we probably would have to do it, send him off into doggy heaven if he starts experiencing lots of pain or tumors or problems or can't walk and can't eat and he's wasting away. I mean, I'm not going to let Maynard go through all that. He's had too good of a life, too high quality of a life to go out very poorly. So we're not going to let him go out poorly like that. We're not going to let him suffer. He's already lucky right now to be 15. I mean, just lucky. If I didn't already say it, some people might not even know the difference. Him being 15 is like you and I, any human, being 100. Have you heard of some people making it 100? Of course you have. Does everybody make it to 100? Hardly nobody makes it to 100. So the point is, if you make it to 100, consider yourself a lucky human. And if you're a dog and the dog makes it to 15, you better thank your lucky stars, because that's just not the norm. Not the norm for dogs. Dogs can get old and pass away as early as 8 or 9 years old. The average is 9, 10, or 11, even for small dogs. And some small dogs might make it to 12 or 13. It's the dog that's lucky that wins the lotto, like Maynard, that gets to make it to 15. In context, just to let you know, there was a dog that had the Guinness World Book of Record for being the oldest dog on the planet, and it was a Chihuahua. And I'm guessing he's probably already died, but this was a few years ago. He made it to 21 years of age. So that's like Maynard going 6 years longer from today. He turned 15, so I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, just to show you that, yeah, some dogs, you might hear someone say, oh, my dog made it to 18. That's like in the 1%, or not even the 1%. And just like this dog in Florida that made 21, it's just an aberration. It's just an anomaly. You're just not going to encounter a dog. Now cats can get up there. Cats easily can get up to 18 and 19 and more. But dogs, no. I just wanted to give you some factual data here. Sometime in your lifetime you might hear someone brag and say, oh, my dog made it to 18 or 19. They could be lying about that or exaggerating, but if they're telling the truth, it could be possible. But it's just like you hearing about a friend of yours that won the lotto. I mean, it's just extremely rare, just not likely. Maynard, we're kind of going around in circles here. I thought you might want to go over here, Maynard. We got a nice breeze going through here in the shade. It feels wonderful compared to the sun, so I know he's not too hot. He's got his mouth open, but that's the way he kind of cools off. But he's really not that hot, folks, in case you're wondering. Hello. Okay, Maynard. Okay, Maynard. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and call her quits on the video here. You ready to call her quits, Maynard? He's actually been out here for probably 20-25 minutes, even though the video hasn't been going that long. I had a talk with one of the faculty members that came out, and she smiled at Maynard, so I started talking to her. So we talked about 10 minutes, and then you saw I talked to the other lady. So he's actually been out here for about the time I like to keep him out here. Look at, he just navigated up those steps. Good job, Maynard. Good job. But a 20 or 30-minute walk, that's kind of the maximum. Just because I know his issues, you know, with his heart and everything. The walk is good for him. Of course, it gets his heart going, his breathing, his pulmonary system, you know, his muscles, his joints. But I don't want to push it either. I mean, he's not 8, you know, I was going to say 18. He's not, you know, he's not like a 2-year-old puppy. He's 15, so we're going to call her quits here. This is Maynard's 15th birthday here. He turns 15 today.
What?
So yeah, he's a lucky dog, right? Even the vet said lucky.
Very rarely see one that old.
Yeah. But the bad news is, last week at the vet he got diagnosed with kidney failure, so I have to switch him off his kibble and start making homemade food. I mean, his hearing's not so good, but his eyesight's still good. Come on, Maynard.
Come here.
He can smell and hear and everything. He's friendly. Yeah, he's friendly. And even if he wasn't, he moves in slow motion, so he's okay.
Yeah, we had one that was, I don't think, maybe 9 years that got up to 9 at least.
The vet said 8, 9's about when, you know, they're a senior dog and things can happen. They're about ready to check out. But she said it's common, 9 or 10, 11, that's the common age that almost all dogs are done. So she said he's a lucky dog, but he does have some health issues. Got a heart murmur, arrhythmia. But that's why I take him for the walks, to kind of strengthen it. But last week that diagnosis kind of hit me right in the head. Here we got friendly law enforcement here in Waco, folks. This is for my YouTube channel. See?
Well, I will holler at you later.
All right. You're doing a good job here. We come here all the time. It's a safe campus. But it's safe because of you guys. Appreciate it.
You have a good evening.
You too. Okay, Maynard. All right, Maynard. Okay, I think Maynard wants to head back to the car. You want to head back to the car, Maynard? See, he's still trotting along. He's still trotting along. Happy birthday, Maynard. And let me flip it around just so people can see who, yeah, this is me. Got my little sunscreen protector hat and everything on. So yeah, I love Maynard, and I've tried to mainly not just say it, I just try to show it by the things that I've done for Maynard. So he's been a big part of my life. If you think 15 years of anybody's life, if you're 30, that's half your life. If you're 45, that's a third of your life. So he's been a big part of my life, a huge part, 15 years. He's just trotting along there, trotting along. Okay, Maynard, we're going to shut it down. This is your number 15 birthday. It's 2024. Gosh, and I hope you can go one more year. That would be awesome to be 16. But I'm not going to cross my fingers or hold my breath. But I am going to make sure that you have a good quality of life for the rest of it. Love you, Maynard.